going to head into some motivation to carry you through your week and keep everything going in the right direction. As you guys know, I say it every week, and every week I mean it. It is so easy to get boggled down by negative news, negativity in life, and just in general, just the weight of living day to day. So one of the ways to combat that is getting in on conversations like this to potentially help be a part of someone else's survival guide. We are so good at making ourselves feel so important in the sense that we always think that we're alone. But with billions of people in the world experiencing the world in billions of different ways, it's kind of hard to think that nobody else has ever been through what you're going through, right? So that's why I think we should start getting in on conversations like this. Hence, motivation. All right, so here we go. I get a lot of people that ask me, how am I so positive, or how do I maintain a positive attitude? And the answer isn't all that simple. There are so many different ways to do that, but not everything is a one size fits all for everyone. You know, what works for me might not work for someone else, and you're allowed to have a bad day. I have bad days. The trick is not letting your bad days turn into bad weeks, bad months, bad year, bad life, okay? A lot of people are afraid of having a bad day. They're afraid of having, you know, failing. And, you know, you hear a lot of, you know, parents say, oh, I'm not going to let anything happen to you. What a bad thing to hope for. Okay. I'm not saying wish bad things on your kids. All I'm saying is if nothing happens to your kid, that also means that nothing good happens to your kid either. What kind of life is that if nothing good can happen because you don't want anything to happen to your kid? Okay, sometimes we have to understand that failure is a necessary step on the ladder of success. And with the social media world and the age of technology, it has never been easier to learn from people that are more successful than you. It has never been easier, okay? You can literally attend classes from Harvard and other Ivy League schools for free on YouTube. So what is your excuse? Okay, you don't have to make the same mistakes everybody else has made because there's opportunities for you to learn, so you don't have to waste time making that mistake. You can learn from other people's failures and other people's mistakes while making your own different ones and learning from those. You don't become the best version of yourself by winning all the time. You become the best version of yourself by finding out how resilient you truly are and working on your weaknesses to make them become your strengths. That is what you do. And it also takes coming to the realization that some people are not talking to you for a reason. And sometimes, I cannot stress that enough, and sometimes that reason is because they owe you an apology. That's why some people aren't talking to you anymore. Because they don't want to give you that apology. They don't want to acknowledge the harm or the hurt that they have caused. They don't want to have to make amends. And this is why I have said, and some other people have said, loyalty has an expiration date. And that is true because for a lot of people it is. They are not loyal to you. A lot of people are loyal to their need of you. And when that need changes, so too does their loyalty, okay? I hear a lot of people ask about positivity or closure. And to me, positivity takes work. Positivity takes effort. And in my opinion, closure does not exist. I do not believe that closure exists. Now, did I always feel that way? No. I used to think that vindication and closure were hand in hand and they existed and they were beautiful and amazing. And yeah, that can be true, but I don't believe that it truly exists. Is that a beautiful thing if you can get it? Yes. But I don't think that true closure actually exists. I think you learn how to adapt and grow from it. But I don't think that there's ever really closure. And here's why. I used to think that I needed vindication. I used to think that I needed closure and I needed people to hear me. But over time, I realized that there's a difference between my personality and my attitude. My personality is who I am. My attitude depends on who you are. And I think that's a concept that we need to start teaching people more and embodying more, because it would save a lot of time and effort in your life. So then you could focus on better things like resilience and, you know, skills and positivity. All this effort and energy that you're spending on all of these things that are wasting your time could be used on things that are much more beneficial to your life, your goals, and your day-to-day. You know, ask yourself, do you really need the person who hurt you to tell you, hey, I hurt you? sorry. That must have not felt very good. Like, ask yourself, be real. Do you honestly need the people that hurt you to tell you that they hurt you? Like, do you not remember what that pain felt like when you experienced it? Do you need their permission to feel that hurt? Do you really? Do you really need that closure? I mean, it's a beautiful thing if you can get it, but do you need it? Honestly, do you need it? I honestly learned this lesson myself, and it changed my life. It changed my day-to-day. It changed my mental toughness. It changed it changed like everything that I was spending my precious energy on. And you'd be surprised about how much can change in your life when you realize that all you actually need is love, guts, and gumption. Self-love to realize that you and your dreams matter. The guts to go after those dreams, believing in yourself when no one else will. And then the gumption to see all of that through without sacrificing your integrity, cheering for yourself in the silence, letting your success be your noise. So many amazing things can happen for you if you just learn to go, understand that closure does not truly exist. And the people that hurt you, why would you trust them to put you back together again? If they hurt you and did you forget what that felt like? How can you entrust them with the responsibility of putting you back together after everything that they did? The only person that can heal you is you. Trauma is change that you didn't choose. Healing, though, healing from that hurt, that's the powerful change that you do choose. Don't let all of these people that have nefarious agendas and designs on you, don't let them have that kind of power over you, and do not waste your life waiting for that fickle apology, that empty sorry. Don't wait around for it. Do you really need it? Do you need that closure? You're probably not going to get it in the way that you think you deserve after all the hurt that you have been through. And believe me, I believe you. I believe that you have been hurt. I believe that you have been wronged. But don't let you be the person that hurts you the most. Don't be the person that wrongs you the most. The more time you spend wishing other people would acknowledge the hurt they've done to you, that's less time that you have to work on yourself, healing yourself and making yourself better so that doesn't have to happen to you again. So that you can take that L from a loss to a lesson. So you can realize that the only validation that you need is from yourself, not from the fickle likes and opinions and swipe rights of others that are strangers on the social media, falling victim to the keeping up with the Joneses and realizing that you spent your whole life worrying about everybody else's opinion except your own. Your personality is who you are. Your attitude depends on who they are. It's a big difference. Don't get those twisted. Don't get those confused. It is it's so much easier for other people to believe that something is wrong with you instead of understanding and admitting that something wrong happened to you. There's a big difference. So why would you trust those people to put you together again? Why would you trust those kinds of people to heal you? They don't want to heal you. They don't want to admit that something wrong happened to you. It's easier to admit that something is wrong with you instead of something wrong happened to you. I believe that you have had bad things happen. Bad things happen to good people every single day. That doesn't mean you're a bad person. It doesn't mean that you deserved it. But you can't change what happened, but you can change how you allow it to make you feel. And you can choose to heal from it without anybody else acknowledging it. And you can move forward and not allow those people back into your life anymore. What you choose is your choice. If you keep people in your life that constantly hurt you, that's a conscious choice. Start choosing better for yourself. Start choosing to heal yourself and realize that you don't need those people to tell you that they hurt you. You remember that pain. You live with it every day. Now it's time to start putting that baggage down instead of carrying it into your present. If you're carrying all of this in your present, then there's no room for happiness in your future. Deal with your shizit, okay? Deal with your shizit. Don't look for other people to provide you closure or vindication. Heal yourself. Be your own closure. Heal yourself. Choose to change and be better and represent better and show up better so that then you can start being more positive, so that you can start focusing on your goals and being a better person and ultimately being the adult you needed as a child. Because let's face it, aren't we all tired of dealing with family baggage? Aren't we all tired of dealing with the keeping up with the Joneses and the comparisons of feeling like we're not good enough, we're not pretty enough, we're not successful enough, our bodies aren't attractive enough, our bank account isn't big enough, our house isn't this, and the list can go on and on and on and on and on. Start choosing to validate yourself. Start choosing to heal yourself. Stop waiting around for other people to admit that they owe you an apology. Because 9 times out of 10, that apology isn't coming. And the other 1/10 of the time, there's a reason for why it comes. And usually it's not to the benefit of healing you. Start choosing you. Start betting on yourself to win. Start cheering for yourself in the silence and let your success be your noise. Heal yourself. Be the adult you needed as a child.